Friday story time. Miss Jodi here. I am in the garden. What a beautiful day. There's not a cloud in the sky. I know it's about, 65 degrees out here, just chilly enough. And I'm by one of your favorite places, the fountain. I'm by this fountain today because I'm going to tell you a few short stories about some miracles that Jesus performed having to do with water. This is one of my very favorite books called The Miracles of Jesus by Tommy DePola. Now, this has 12 stories about 12 different miracles that Jesus performed. And I'm going to tell you all 12, but not all today. I'm going to do 3 today, and then for the next 3 weeks, I'm going to do 3 more each week. So I hope you enjoy it. Today we'll do the catch of fishes, the loaves and fishes, and the calming of the storm. So those are 3 of the miracles of Christ by Tommy DePola. I hope you enjoy the stories.
The catch of fishes. As Jesus was standing and preaching by the lake of Gennesaret, the people crowded around him to hear the word of God. Jesus noticed 2 boats close to the edge of the water, where the fishermen had come ashore and were washing their nets. Jesus got into one of the boats, which belonged to Simon, and asked him to row out a little from the shore. Then Jesus continued his teaching from his seat on the boat. When he had finished speaking, Jesus said to Simon, "Put out into deep water and let down those nets for a catch." "Master," Simon replied, "we worked hard all night and caught nothing. But if you say so, I will let the nets down." Simon and his men did this before they knew it, and they had caught so many fish that the nets began to break. They called to their partners, and soon both boats were so full they were in danger of sinking. When Simon saw this, he fell at Jesus' knees and cried, "Leave me, Lord, for I am a sinner." And Simon and all his companions, including his partner James and John, the son of Zebedee, were astonished by the huge catch of fish they had made. Then Jesus said, "Simon, do not be afraid. From now on you shall be catching men." And they brought their boats back to the land, left everything, and followed Jesus. The calming of the storm. One day, Jesus got into a boat with his disciples and said, "Let us cross over to the other side of the lake." So they set sail. As the boat moved along, Jesus fell asleep. A sudden storm came up, and the water began to pour into the boat, so they were in great danger. The disciples went to Jesus and woke him, saying, "Master, Master, we are sinking." Jesus awoke and rebuked the raging wind and stormy water. Suddenly the wind stopped, and the waves ceased, and all was calm again. Then Jesus said to his disciples, "Where is your faith?" The disciples were afraid and said to one another, "Who can this be? He gives orders to the wind and the waves, and they obey him." The loaves and the fishes. When Jesus withdrew to the far shore of the Sea of Galilee, a large crowd of people followed him, for they had seen the signs he gave in healing the sick. Jesus then went up to the hillside and sat down with his disciples. This was near the time of the great Jewish festival of Passover. Jesus looked up and saw the large crowds coming to him. So he said to his disciple Philip, "Where can we buy bread for all these people?" Jesus only said this to test Philip, for he knew what he was going to do. Philip answered, 200 denarii would not buy enough to give everyone a small piece." The disciple Andrew said, "There is a boy here who has 5 barley loaves and 2 fishes. But what good will that do with such a great number of people to feed?" And Jesus said, "Make the people sit down." There was plenty of grass. As many as 5,000 people sat. Then Jesus took the loaves and blessed them, and gave them to all who were there. He did the same with the 2 fishes. When all had eaten their fill, Jesus said to the disciples, "Collect the pieces left over, so that nothing may be wasted." This the disciples did. And they filled 12 baskets, the leftovers, from the meal of 5 barley loaves and 2 fishes. The people witnessing the sign said, "This really must be the prophet who has come to the world." And seeing that the people were about to come and make him king, Jesus fled and withdrew to the hills by himself.
I hope you enjoyed those. Come back next week and we'll have 3 more miracles. Miracles. Jesus was amazing. These give me chill bumps. And next week we'll start with the very first miracle he ever performed, the wedding at Cana. I'll see you next week. Have a great weekend.